Live streaming is on.
So, I mean, we don't need to talk about this if we don't want to. I mean, for me, basically, the main question is like what to call the website. We had a couple of proposals from before and ideas. We don't seem to be able to find them, so that's unfortunate. But I'm sure we can think of other names and other ideas.
Yeah.
Or we can just talk about something else if you prefer to discuss something else. I mean, for me, it's mainly about Joyce. I mean, I feel like for me and Alberto, we've already talked about it. Unfortunately, we can't find notes, and we'd have to try to repeat it. But
I'm also trying to look here in the storytelling. Maybe I can say something.
okay, so again, if we're not gonna get focused and actually discuss, then maybe we should talk about something else. Because sitting here looking for notes for hours and hours is definitely, breaking policy, right? In terms of like focusing, getting focused on the session.
I found it, Jay. You know why I was completely confused? Because it was not a BT session. It was the activity main session where it was just you and I of April 2021st. I found it. Yes, I have everything here. Yeah. Let me copy and paste. Yes. Here. Copy and paste this. I knew it. Through the Octanwork storytelling, I found it. Searching identity. Ah, feel better. Yes, there we go. You can also link the right tab.
But be sure to link those notes to our session notes in the Umbrella Showcase website. Spreadsheet.
Yeah, I'm gonna do it now in the working organizing. Because being a main session, we just link it in the activity team, and that's why it was not linked in any other spreadsheet. Because it was a main session where it was just you and I, remember?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's why it was April 20th, Thursday, Friday, April 2021. Great. Here. There we go.
That's pretty similar. FQN Community Showcase. That's what FQV Community Showcase. I think that's what we were talking about.
Names options. Great. I indexed it. Fantastic. All right, let's get focused. All right. Yes. So the name. Yeah, I think we were leaning towards FQV Community Showcase, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. FQV Community Showcase. Yeah. Yes, I mean, let's. I think. I mean, what do we? I mean, this is the list of components, right? That we have name, logo, URL, email, slogans, purpose, vision, mission, one-to-pager, entity, right? So, I mean, I think that the top priorities that we could focus are definitely the entity, right? So let's have a decision on the entity, right? Or make some options, decision or options here, and try to do. And then the name. I mean, let's decide on a name, and then I mean, if people don't like it, we can change it. I think it's time to have a clear name.
Well, I mean, I don't think we can finalize the name right now, but we can make a proposal that we can send around and finalize on online vote.
Yeah, we could do a voting form with some proposals on finalizing some of these components of the identity.
Well, I think the best process would be a spreadsheet voting form and then get from that to a actual voting form?
All right.
Didn't we have a proposal we were supposed to vote on today?
Yeah, we have the Bill's proposal. Very important.
Forgot about that one. We should do that next.
Yeah, for sure.
So if we went to like line 75, we could just have a spreadsheet that basically says everyone's name.
All right. So the names, FK Unity Showcase, FK Unity, the first two are the same, right?
I think it's FQN versus FQV.
FQV, FQN Community Showcase, FQE Unity Showcase, no, because FQV is down there.
Right.
I mean, here there is. I need to bring this up, right? Because I mean, obviously, I mean, FQV is more like the model, but we're still a network, and a lot of. I mean, everything is the FQN, right? Because it's okay. It's there is the network. The Mo is the network. It's FQN, and then we have the let's say FQV. We could say FQV, or the vortex is the model, right? Is the
Well,
model.
no, for me, the idea of building a vortex is to actually build a vortex that it's a type of organizational framework and structure. So you can have an organization, you can have a mode, you can have a mock, you can have all these different types of entities, and so you could certainly build a network. But the idea is we want to go beyond building a network. We want to build a vortex.
No, yeah, I get it, but I mean, it's like a network of vortexes. Like, I mean, the way that the FQN function
No,
is
it's
the
a
model of the
single.
vortex.
No, it's the other way around. It's a vortex with many networks.
It's a vortex with many networks. A vortex. Because I mean, the comment, the thing that Mel made about how the FQN sounds. I don't know. I mean, I don't think. I don't. Nobody made that link. I mean, I still don't make the link. I mean, how FQN, how FQN doesn't sound at all like with that, like that word, right? So, no.
I don't know, maybe FKN. So I don't know
What is
where they
that?
get
I don't know where
A
they get
instead of Q. Maybe people just say Q really differently than other people because Q doesn't really sound like K.
FQ, FQN. But anyways, I think I mean, to me that how can you say that comparison or that link is, I don't see. But if there is persons that are doing that link, I mean, I think this could be a good opportunity to also to make public the vortex with FQV with the updated terminology.
So, anyways, my recommendation is we would just vote on options for the names, options for the brand, options for the site name, so that and then we could combine it all together and then just let people add additional ones, so people could easily add options.
Yeah, we can put more options. We can take the other options that we had, brand name,
So,
UTC.
are you able to do that and make a spreadsheet? So we would just to make a voting spreadsheet, send it around, and then take top choices for and then even if we vote on it, doesn't mean we have to finalize anything. We can bring it to the main session. We can continue to discuss it, but then we'll have narrowed down our options.
Yeah, definitely. I'll do that. But let's choose the names we want to put in the spreadsheet now, or everybody can add a name, can add any names, right? That's the idea of the spreadsheet. The people could be adding names, right?
Exactly.
Okay, I'm gonna write. The idea of the spreadsheet is for people to add names. Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm not gonna be adding names now because to me the top, super top name is FQV Unity Showcase.
I'm not against the idea of just FQV Showcase, just calling it, Showcase. Since the idea is that it is a showcase website, right?
Yeah,
Is it a combination of FQN and SGV?
What was that?
Is it a combination of FQN and FQV?
You're talking about SVG in terms of the social value group.
No, is this
So
FQV
FQN is
is a
frequency quantified.
combination of
FQN is frequency quantified network. FQV is frequency
yeah
quantified.
vortex or
Yeah, frequency quantified vortex. So my goal is to build a vortex. So a vortex is a type of structural model, and it is basically a network of networks, right? So it would be
network of networks.
but it's a vortex, right? So it's a vortex of many networks.
Yeah, vortex of multiple networks.
Yeah.
vortex.
Okay, cool.
And the whole idea is to try to build something that's more resilient than a single network or single organization or single there's you can't just attack a single thing. It creates a model that is much more broad spectrum. It's very difficult to think of how to actually implement it, but we do have many tools that we can use in our methodologies that will allow us to build and implement a vortex model that can grow and evolve over time. But it's not going to be easy, even the network is very limited in its scope.
Yeah, that doesn't scare us.
Yeah. But I feel like over the bigger picture of achieving success and building on global movements, you can very quickly and easily get hundreds of people involved. And then once you get hundreds of people involved, it should be pretty easy to break up into lots of different groups or individuals who have their own projects, and you can branch off into many different aspects of the vortex. And also, once we actually implement the language and cultural and worldview components, it'll be much easier to implement the vortex because each branch of a different culture or a different language or a different worldview creates its own, in essence, entire network, right? Does that make sense?
Uh-huh.
So the strategic coalition really is the centerpiece of the network. I mean, of the vortex, not of the network, right? Because if you think about it, like what the strategy coalition is and what each strategy represents an entire network, right? So the idea that that in and of itself is part of FQN doesn't really make sense. So in some ways, this FQN is limited in its capacity, whereas the vortex would be the vision of the strategy coalition would be the vortex. You know? Because
Right.
each branch of the different strategies and worldviews and cultures are their own network. That would be the goal, of course, right? Is to actual build entire networks that exist in their own languages, in their own cultures, in their own worldviews, in their own strategies, and that they're all collaborating and coordinating together in the centrifuge of this entire vortex.
Mm-hmm.
I think the model is a vortex, right? The strategy coalition as a model and the whole model that we presented for FQN really doesn't fit into a network. It really was always intended to be more than just a network, and that's where the web idea came from. And I worked on the web idea for almost 5 years, and then there was that session where we finally connected the dots together and realized, okay, the web's not working. We can do the vortex, and the vortex came about, and then we have clarity on that. So, and the vortex works perfectly. So it's like I think that the idea of just basically for me, the model is the vortex. So we are a vortex. The vision is a vortex. It's just we didn't know what to call it before. We didn't understand how to build it, and now we do.
Yeah.
So, I mean, for me, in my mind, it's a vortex. Like
Yeah,
the network is small,
totally.
but the network FQN as a concept is limited in scope of the vision.
Mm-hmm.
The vision cannot be completed within a single network. It's just impossible, right?
Mm-hmm.
The vortex is the model,
Time to
is
pause.
what I'm working with.
Please stop. Close your eyes. Count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Open your eyes.
So I think overall, I would definitely go lean more towards FQB
Three.
if people are supportive of it.
Nice. So we have a very high number here for FQV showcase. Very cool. Brand name.
FQV.
Brand name. Brand name. Oh, brand name. Oh. What about FQV Unity? No.
I mean, for me, FQB Unity is a very odd brand because
Yeah.
Unity is the brand. Like for me, Unity is the brand. Right? I'm all
Mm-hmm.
about the Unity network. That is the work that I've done. I just believe in Unity. I feel like as a model, it is in a methodology. It is, it solves all of the problems that sustainability has. Right? Because sustainability is awesome. I love sustainability, but it has major problems in relationship to the fact that it doesn't address corporate capitalist greed and the kind of emergency political side of a lot of things. Like, unfortunately, the green movement just kind of got co-opted, or corrupted by the idea that you could buy everything because it's green. Right? So it's got very capitalist in the idea that anything can be sustainable if you just put a label on it, and then you can buy and
Stop, write down whatever you were about to say, and take a break for 6 minutes.
you can
Yeah.
just buy endlessly and consume endlessly, and it's perfectly fine because it's quote green end quote, and it's just like obviously false, right? It's never going to work. So
It's all about
I
perception.
with unity, and the main thing for me for unity is the concept and idea that politically everyone deserves rights, and it's like rights for all. So the idea is, how do you distribute rights, right? And that's the big question, is that it's the distribution of rights. Every time you give someone rights, you have to take them away from someone else, right? The idea that rights are unlimited is obviously impossible, right? So there's a finite amount of rights that can go around. So you have to create a vortex of rights, or a web of rights, where you understand the relationships, that every time you issue additional rights to one group, another group has to have their rights revoked or removed. And that can be coordinated through a unified strategy of law and basically decision making.
Yeah.
So anyways, but unity again is not the vortex. Unity is just a single network, the unity network, right? So it's not applicable to the broader picture. So for me, the direction that I'm going is really focusing on the unity network, and then focusing on FQV as the vortex, right? The frequency quantified vortex, and then you have the unity network as one of the networks within the vortex, and that FQN as a network is really like, you have FQN, the co-op, if that makes sense, right? You have the FQN community co-op as the administrative branch, which is
Yeah.
kind of like its own network. And then my focus is on the Unity network, and then you have FQV, which is like the entire vortex. So the FQN co-op would basically be the administrative branch for the vortex as its own network. Yeah.
Of the vortex as its own network. Yes.
Although, of course, the co-op isn't technically a network; it is a organization, or a MO. It's technically an entity, right? The FQN co-op is an entity, a MO.
Yeah. Okay. I'm adding this in the vocabulary. I'm adding everything in the vocabulary tab here. Okay. So for the website names, I mean, the site, the site names options, maybe we want to first finalize the name, right?
No, so there's three parts, right? There's the site name, or actually, let's go start with the brand. So you have the brand name, right? Brand name is the brand, plus the site name equals the full name of the website. Does that make sense? So here, line 116, right? The brand name plus the site name equals the full name of the website. So anyone can think of any. You have three options. You can think of any full name you want, and then you can break that name into a brand, and you can break that name into a site.
Okay.
Right? So what is the name of the site? What is the name of the brand? And then you stick the brand and the site together. So in our case, if we're prioritizing FQV as the brand, and then the site name is Showcase, then the full name is FQV Showcase. Does that make sense?
correct. I get it. Site name options. Correct. So we have okay. Example FQV. Okay, I get it. Okay. So what are we adding to the brand name? This maybe should be in the top.
What is it?
This explanation.
What explanation?
This one here.
What line?
No, it's okay. I mean, the brand name plus the site name, full name for the.
Yeah, and obviously you can think of a full name without a brand or a site name, right? It's fine to just come up with a full name, but the idea here is that we have a brand, we've got a site name, and then we combine it together to create the full name. And that's where we're getting FQV Showcase. The brand is FQV. The site is Showcase. So it's the FQV Showcase, right?
Nice websites showcase as well. Not bad. FQE websites showcase. Blog.
End of break. Time to start. Please get focused on the session.
We forgot to take a break. So let's go ahead and take a little break. And then we can, I mean, basically what I want to do to move forward here, it's like, it's not up to us. It's up to the whole community, right? So we just want to create a spreadsheet, let everyone vote on it, you know, and then next week we can finalize it into a voting form, finalize the voting, let everyone vote on that. We can even put that on the internet and let people vote on it, you know, and start doing more segmenting, and then we'll finalize it and certify it and done. You know, it's like, we're good.
Yeah, I mean, I think, I mean, we can, after the break, we can do the view up, or you want to keep going with this topic?
Yeah, let's keep going with this topic until we're finished, until we feel like we're done.
Okay, you want to do the spreadsheet now?
Oh no, we don't have to do the spreadsheet now. I'm just saying, like, let's just take a break, and then when we come back, we can finalize this topic and wrap up, and then move on.
Perfect. Okay. So break.